And today I'm going to explain about yesterday, as I said that there is something is left with the end-to-end implementation methodology.
Yes, sir.
I can't hear you clearly.
Mute yourself there. We have.
So in end-to-end implementation methodology, so this is also called as a tool. This is also called as SAP methodology. SAP methodology. This is also called as SAP methodology. So anybody aware of what is SAP methodology? I think Akin must be knowing. So this is a SAP methodology which we use for end-to-end implementation methodology. This methodology, or this is also a tool, or tool. It is a tool. This is used to implement this. Is used for end-to-end implementation. So here we have 5 phases. Okay, here we have 5 phases. Okay, these 5 phases are used. See, this is something like, you need to come across from one station to another station in order to reach your destination. In the same way, here also the same concept. Here we have 5 phases. Okay, these 5 phases are the main requirement for implementing the end-to-end implementation methodology. Okay, so what are those 5 phases? I'm going to explain now. Now you see that you can also call it as a roadmap. Okay, we can also call it as a roadmap. Okay, now as I said, there are 5 phases. You can have a glance on it. The first phase is a project preparation. The first phase is a project preparation. The second phase is a business blueprint. Third phase is a realization. The fourth phase is final preparation. The fifth phase is go live and support. Okay, these are the 5 phases we have for implementing the end-to-end implementation with a project type. Okay, end-to-end implementation project type is used with the SAP ASAP. What is the A stands for? What is the A stands for? Anybody is aware of? You can tell. A stands for accelerate. Accelerate means, what do you mean of accelerate? Speed up. It is something like accelerate means speed up. I'll tell you a simple example. Okay, so you are riding a bike. See, when you ride a bike, what happens? There you are free from a traffic. So you are free from traffic and you are on the bike and you have a accelerate on your hand. What you will do as a tendency? What we will do? Come on. So we have you are on the bike and when you ride a bike, what happens? What are you going to do? You are going to speed up. We are muted. Okay. Now you can unmute also, no problem. You can unmute. Yes. So you can speed up. So what happens? Suppose, I'm sorry. All of a sudden, I'm sorry. So what happened? All of a sudden you are, okay, all of a sudden you found a speed breaker. Then what you will do? All of a sudden you found a speed breaker. What you will do? you are going to reduce the accelerate. In the same way, by using this implementation methodology, this particular roadmap, so we are going to implement end-to-end implementation project type. Now, in other words, we can also call it as this is the destination. This is the road. This is the first station. This is the second station, third station, fourth station, and fifth station. So you are starting your journey from the first station and you need to reach to the last station. That is your destination. This is a road map. Okay, you need to come across all these 5 stations, or otherwise we can also call it as 5 phases. I hope everybody is following me.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah. So now another thing is we use these are the 5 phases. First, let us start with a project preparation. Okay, this is a project preparation. I'm going to explain now. So in the project preparation, what happens? Okay, the project preparation. So here the client team and implementation team will come together. Okay, client team and implementation team will come together and will discuss about the project. Okay, here we discuss about the project. So here people who come, okay, people who come from client, what those people are called as, people who are come from the client are called as core team members. Core team members. Core team members are nothing but the people who have a complete information about the company. Okay, the companies who are having the core team members who are having a complete and depth information about the client. Okay, so those people who come here, the client team is nothing but core team members. Okay, here core team members and implementation team members will come together and discuss about the project. That is called a workshop. Okay, workshop. So workshop is nothing but client team and implementation team will sit together and will discuss about the project. How, so what kind of things will be given? And another important thing here is the client doesn't know anything of SAP, and you must get the requirement from the client. You need to explain to them and they will give you the business processes of the client, and based on that it is your responsibility that to explain to the client. That means core team members, and then based on that explanation you give, the core team members are going to provide the business information of the client. Okay, and here in the project preparation, we are also going to discuss modules to be implemented. Modules to implement, whether it is SAP HCM, whether it is SD, whether it is a FICO, whether it is a BI, and everything we are going to discuss. And again, we will also discuss about the team size. The team size. How many members in a project should be there? 2 associate consultants, one tester, one project manager, and another one is a team lead. So like that, we will be having the time of the team size. And another important thing is duration of the project. Okay, another thing is duration of the project. Whether the duration of the project is for 4 months or 5 months or 6 months. So you need to find out, it is based on the size of the project. It is based on the size of the project. Whether the employees of the client is having 1,000 or whether the employees of the client are having 500. The based on that you are going to discuss. Then the another important thing is system landscape. Another important thing is, it's the most important thing is, we discuss here in the project preparation is a system landscape. What is that system landscape? R by 3. Okay, here the system landscape is R by 3. Here R stands for real time. Okay, so here R stands for real time and 3 stands for 3-tier architecture. Okay, 3-tier architecture. What exactly 3-tier architecture? It is simply 3 servers. What are those 3 servers? Development server. Come on, what are they?
QA server
Quality server and
and
product
prod.
servers. So these are the servers we use for implementing the end-to-end implementation project. So all these we are going to discuss here in the project preparation. Then once everything is complete, then we go for kickoff meeting. Then we go for kickoff meeting. That means we come to the next phase called business blueprint. We come to the next phase is that is nothing but business blueprint. So when you come to the business blueprint, let me tell you all. In the first phase, it is recorded, it is recording. The session is getting recorded. Please try to maintain a kind of silence. It will be good for everyone. Tomorrow, when you all listen to the video, you must not get, disturbance. Yeah. See, in the first phase and the second phase is completely about the discussion and project preparations only. It is only just completely preparations only in the first phase and in the second phase. Okay. You do a lot of preparations here. So those preparations I am explaining now. And in the third phase comes the system configuration. Here you do the system configuration. And after system configuration, you go for final preparation. What is that final preparation? That you go for testing. Okay, this is a development server, this is a quality server, this is a production server. Okay, in other words, we can call. So in the development server, you do the configuration. And in the final preparation, you do the quality server. What is that? You are going to test everything you have configured here. And in the final phase, you see the go live and support. It is completely a production server. Okay, in the fifth phase, it is completely a production server. It is go live and support. It is a client location. It is where a company is operating the business processes that you have configured as per the client requirement. So this is a 3-tier architecture. Development server, in other words, quality server, and what is this one?
Production.
Production server. So you are going to transport the development server to quality server and the quality server to production server. This is called transportation. And this activity is controlled and maintained by which consultant? A basis consultant, a technical consultant. It is not you. A basis consultant will take care of transporting the project from one server to another server, from quality server to the production server. And here in the quality server, who is going to test the configuration that is being done by the consultant, the end users. Okay, end users are the people who is going to test it. End users are from where? From client side. It's just like data entry. Okay, these people do not know anything about again SAP. These people do not know anything about SAP, these end users. So again, you need to train them. Okay, you need to train them how to operate SAP system. Once it is done, then we go for testing. Once the testing is done, and if everything is successful, then what we do? We go to the go live, that is a production support project. If suppose if something is wrong, in testing, then you have to again send back to the development server, and then you have to test it, and then again you need to go for configuration. That's nothing but it is completely a development. So once it is done, then you come here and go and check it. That is quality server. Then once it is a product it is done, then we come to this particular fifth phase is a production location where you are going to operate the client businesses by the end users. Okay. This is how that your project process for implementation is taking place. So now let me come back to this business blueprint. Are you all following me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So in the business blueprint, let me tell you one thing. See, in the market, we have so many different types of companies. We have manufacturing companies, we have ITs, we have consultancies, and everything. For every type of company is in a different in nature of a business. It's a different in nature of business. So further, SAP has developed a kind of a tool. There is a tool called QADB. What is this QADB? It is nothing but questions, answers, database. Questions, answers, database. This questions, answers, database is a kind of template. It's a kind of template. So this is something we need to hand over this QADB template to the core team members. We need to hand over this QADB template to the to whom you need to hand over this template, core team members. These core team members should go through these questions and answers. If they have any queries, again we have to conduct workshop. We have to conduct a workshop, and this workshop will help to resolve all these questions and answers that queries will be raised by whom? Core team members. So once everything is done according to the nature of a company, then we conduct a workshop. That is nothing but, what is a workshop? Interaction between, come on,
All
interaction
team
between,
members
yes, core team members
and the
and
consultant implementation.
consultants. That is called a workshop. Then we go for next step, that is a document preparation. The next step is we go to the document preparation. So in the document preparation we have a formula. That a formula is as is and to be. This is the formula that we have to follow. As is, to be. Which phase it is coming? In which phase this formula is coming? In the, come on,
Business.
business blueprint. So what do you understand of as is? What do you understand of to be in a general terminology? What do you understand of as is? As is. Come on, you can speak up. You can be very free. Everybody can be free and very good,
Everybody.
very good, very good.
Oh, Seun, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
I'm right here. I'm trying.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Let me
What
explain. Let me
what
explain.
we mean by assist is the way the client's business is being run before they
Yes,
want to
yes,
implement
you are
SAP.
right. This is current business process of the client. It is a general information of the client as is. So as I said that you need to receive a information from a client. Okay, as I said, you need to receive a information from the client in the form of a business blueprint. That is a document that is called BBP. Okay, BBP of the current business process of the client. In other words, we can also call it as a general information of client. General information of the client. So, as a consultant, what do you mean of to be? To be means becoming, to becoming. Okay, in just you need, based on the document you receive, you are going to prepare a to be documentation. Documentation you are going to prepare. That is as for in terms of SAP documentation. So then once it is done, then what we go to this, then we go to the next phase. What is that next phase? Realization. The next phase is somebody is writing down. Who is that? May I know your good name? Somebody is noting down. Somebody is writing all these points. Good name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Akin? Emmanuel.
Yes.
If somebody is writing down all the points, I think it is Emmanuel.
Oh, it's me, Shyam.
Very good, very good. Please maintain that. I can understand that you are writing down. Yeah. See that, that's very good that habit that you all must write down, because it's not about simply listening what I'm explaining. So it shows how much important, interest you people are, you know, grasping. Tomorrow it's a kind of time saving factor, in other words. So now let me explain here realization. In simple words, it is nothing but configuration. Based on this business blueprint, based on this BBP, what you are going to do, you are going to configure. Okay, you are going to configure everything in the system. That is a realization, configuring the document of the business of the client. That happens here in this particular two phases. Then the third phase is realization. Okay, that activity is called as FSD. What is FSD? It is nothing but functional specific document, documentation. Okay. In other words, some people will call it as a FS. What is the meaning of FS? Functional specification. It is nothing but it is a functional specification. It is nothing but configuration. Okay. As a consultant, you are going to configure. Then we go to the fourth phase. It is nothing but final preparation. We go to the fourth phase, that is the final preparation. What is exactly this is called as? It is called as UAT. That is nothing but user acceptance testing. User acceptance testing. That means who is going to test the system? End user. Who, from where he comes? From the client side. End user is the one who is going to test the system. It has been configured in the development server. Okay, that end user is going to test it. Okay, in this particular final preparation, again we have another activity called cutover activity. This is very, very important. What is a cutover activity? Cutover activity, the company is already existing from long time, but this year your company KFC is planning to move to SAP. But here cutover activity is nothing but, from last 10 years onwards, the company is existing. It is very difficult to configure manually by the consultant, and it will take a long time. But what is there any other shortcut that we can do? So we have a shortcut. So that is called cutover activity. The cutover activity is nothing but uploading the data from non-SAP system, SAP system, with the help of the tool called, what is the tool? LSMW. That is nothing but legacy system migration workbench. Legacy system migration workbench. That is called okay, cutover activity. So the cutover activity is moving the data from non-SAP system to SAP system. That's all about, you know, uploading the data. It's all about the uploading the data. So I hope it is very clear for all of you. Then we go to the fifth phase, is a go live. Yes, tell me. Tell me.
Can you tell them? Okay, you said tell them what they call non-SAP system is called a legacy system.
No. Non-SAP system is something your current business system. Maybe you are into Oracle. From Oracle system to you have to move to the SAP system. Okay. So
you're talking about
yes,
hello?
yes.
You're talking about migration, right?
Migration. You are right. Migration.
Okay.
Okay. Migration. You are absolutely right. Okay. So we are going to move the data, maybe in the form of Excel sheets, in the form of, like, you know, anything. There are many possible Word document you can upload. Okay. So it's not that sort of. It will be done by the ABAP HCM consultant. So you can also sometimes maintain it. You can also do else provide a document on this. It's all completely a technical activity. So next we have a go live and support. So here go live and support is completely nothing but it is a production's location. It's nothing but client location. It is completely a client location where a business goes on. And here the end user is going to operate. The end user is going to handle the project. So, and another important thing, I'll give you one example. You know, when you buy a bike, so you will be having a service, a free service from a company, maybe 6 times or 5 times or 3 times. So that is called in the same way here also the same. So whenever the end user is going to face a issue with the project, and it is your agreement in the project preparation with the consultant team that okay, you need to support a project whenever the end user is good. That is called a support project, production support project, as we have seen yesterday. Next comes rollout and everything. So that activity is called a SLA. What is that SLA? Come on, service level agreement. Okay. So service level agreement. In other words, we can also call it as AMC, annual maintenance of system. Okay, annual maintenance of system. So this is all about how you need to handle all your functionalities, and this is how why that I want to separately explain to you this particular end-to-end implementation with the help of the tool that is available. That tool is called what is the tool name is? What is the name of the tool? What is the name of the tool? Come on, tool name.
Come on, guys.
That is no.
SAP
Methodology. SAP methodology.
SAP methodology.
SAP methodology. This is what I am just explaining. SAP methodology is consisting of all these scenarios.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 phases.
So 5 phases. So please kindly go through all these, and we'll try to come up with speed. So I want everybody try to join for the class before 10 minutes. If try to join, we are joining for the class. Okay.